Hi, everyone. Right now, Israel is preparing for a potential attack that could come this weekend. Iran vowing to retaliate against Israel after a strike on the Iranian embassy in Damascus left a high-ranking general dead. Israel has not claimed responsibility for the strike, but now Israel is preparing for yet another conflict amid the war with Hamas. A lot going on. Joining me now is Heinrich, a spokesperson for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So, good morning. Thanks for being with us today. What's the latest that you're doing to prepare for this impending attack?
Thank you for having me on this morning, Anna. You see, if Iran chooses to escalate things further, it will bear the consequences. We are ready to defend ourselves. We're not seeking wars with anyone, but if someone is threatening to hurt us, if someone is hurting us, we will hurt them. That's the concept that the Prime Minister has stated. And so we are ready to act defensively, offensively. We're fully coordinated with our allies and our best friends, the United States. CENTCOM head General Kurilla is on the ground. He participated in situational assessments in Israel. And that is the right message that we should be sending to our enemies in Tehran and anyone who's trying to destabilize the region and destabilize the world. Anywhere you look around the region, you see chaos, you see terrorism, you see bloodshed. You'll find the footprints of Iran. They've been threatening to hurt us. They've been hurting us for many years, and including the October 7th attack via their proxy Hamas, which is more than 90% funded by them. And then on October 8th, Anna, Hezbollah getting their marching orders from Tehran, the Iranian proxy to the north, also joined in.
Yeah, they seem to have proxies everywhere. Without a doubt, Iran is a bad actor in the region. They say that Israel started it. You started it with the attack there in Damascus that left one of theirs dead. Israel has not claimed responsibility. Did Israel do it or not?
I can't speak to the strike. What I can say is I can echo the words of the IDF chief of staff and spokesperson who said that building in Damascus, by the way, according to Israeli intelligence, was not in any way some kind of diplomatic mission or an embassy, so to say. It was a military building in disguise, which served the Quds force of the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. And these are a terrorist organization. They should be recognized as such by everyone in the free world. Just today, they seized another ship in the Strait of Hormuz.
Does Israel feel supported by the United States?
Of course. I can tell you, Anna, everyone in Israel was so reassured to hear what President Biden said this week, reaffirming the U.S. commitments to Israel's security, labeling it as ironclad. Just yesterday, he came out and in front of the cameras, he sent a very, very strong message to Iran saying, don't try us. And as I just said, it's not only words, it's also backed up by actions, by moving forces around the region, sending CENTCOM head to Israel. This is the right message that we should be sending, because Iran is not just Israel's problem. It's a problem to anyone around the world. The Houthis, this Iranian proxy from Yemen, they pose a global threat to maritime commerce. They should be met with a global response. In Ukraine, you find Iranian weaponry. And again, they have all of these proxies across the region, from Iraq, from Syria, the same ones that target American bases. They're also targeting us in Israel right now, and since October 7th, more so.
Yeah, it's been 6 months. It's wild that this is all still going on, so complicated and so just a dire situation there. I want our audience to hear from an IDF spokesperson, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, responding to Iran's threats in a video that was just posted to X this morning. We're going to hear what he had to say.
Iran will bear the consequences for choosing to escalate the situation any further. Israel is on high alert. We have increased our readiness to protect Israel from further Iranian aggression.
So you have increased your readiness. What does that mean exactly? What is Israel doing that you can share with us?
I can't share everything, of course, strategically, operational things that are happening on the ground. But as you know, we continue to operate in Gaza. We're fully coordinated with the United States and other allies. We're monitoring the situation across the region in what pertains to Iran. And we will react offensively, defensively, according to whatever will happen. Again, I don't want to speculate here because everything is so sensitive. So we have to see how things unfold. Of course, we hope that Iran does not make any kind of mistake and does not escalate the situation any further, as Hagari said.
Well, as far as this impending threat goes, what can we expect in the coming days? Our timeline, you know, we heard from Biden saying he expected this to be sooner rather than later. I mean, is Israel thinking this could be any time?
Well, again, I don't want to sit here and speculate. Iran has a history of attacking Israel via its proxies, attacking Israeli assets abroad, directly. If it's an embassy in Buenos Aires, if it's a Jewish community center in Argentina, just like they took American hostages, you remember, at your embassy in Tehran. You know, they view us as the small Satan and the United States as the great Satan. Right. Why? Because we see them for what they are, the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. We are the ones, Anna, standing in their way to accomplishing their sick goal of exporting the Iranian Revolution to the region and beyond, to the world. And they say that they want to wipe off my country, the state of Israel, off the map. We're not going to allow that to happen. You look how dangerous Iran is right now, by the way, with everything that they're doing across the region. And just imagine how much more dangerous they could get if they ever acquire nuclear weapons. We will never allow that to happen.
Tal, finally, before we go, how will this impact the negotiations for hostages in Gaza?
So first, I want to thank you for bringing up the issue, the plight of the hostages, because that should be at the forefront of every discussion about the war. And it's being done in my country, not so much outside my country, unfortunately. You see, by hitting Hamas hard in Gaza on the ground, we're also sending a strong message to Iran. We will achieve total victory over their proxies. And this goes hand in hand with our other war objective, which is, of course, to bring our stolen people back home. The only thing that works against Hamas is heavy military pressure and the diplomatic avenue that we're continuing to pursue behind the scenes, hoping it will yield another framework, which will see the release of more hostages. But these two war objectives are intertwined. Without the heavy military pressure, there's no way we'll be able to set the hostages free.
Thank you. Well, Israel spokesperson Tal Heinrich, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Anna.
Appreciate it.